And we're late and live. What's up, guys? Nick with Mysticmanifesting. We're doing an introduction because I don't know, felt like it today. But it's a late start. I was up early today. I was up at 5 a.m. But other matters of laziness had gotten in the way. Got my workout in early, which is very important for the topic today, mental diet, because I had to make up for poor physical diet this weekend. And even though it's bulking season, had to make up for that. Then kind of spent the rest of the day a little bit, meditating. Broke down, played some video games. Not really my thing, but played some games and just hung out at the house for a little bit. Had to get some things taken care of with the car. Changed. Didn't even get the oil change. Added extra oil to prolong till the oil change, but had to take care of some errands. And then enjoy some last bit of laziness, because this week I'm kicking it off for my own personal, not only mental diet, physical diet. Well, physical diet's going to do what it does for another 7, 8 weeks. I'm not really worried about that. I'm going to get as big as I can. Eat big, they get big. But no, I've got for my other channels and stuff that I want to start doing. So I was kind of planning that stuff out, thinking how I'm going to make it work. Actually, that I don't have a few things I need. So maybe they'll be pushed off, but then we'll go from there. But today's going to be about mental diet and persisting and, working through whatever problems you have while manifesting. Sometimes you feel like quitting and giving up. And it's funny, I thought that'd be a good topic for a video, and somebody reached out to me about that too. So we're going to do the live. I'll do a video on it too. That's another thing I have actually listed out, is today I'm going to actually not just bullshit and say that I'm going to do it and then get lazy and go to sleep, record some videos for the channel. So if you have recommendations, drop them in the comments here. I'll be able to read them. Other than that, we're going to go through and, kind of give you my little lecture, and if stuff pops up in the way, we'll take a look at it. All right. So what is the mental diet? Mental diet is all the thoughts that are going through your head throughout the day. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. It's more perfect. Like a real physical diet could be dialed in perfectly, right? You could measure your carbs, you can measure your protein, all that shit. You could check all that stuff going into your body and know, hey, I'm consuming this much of this much of that. I know I need to cut back here, and then I'm going to balance it with the working out and this and that. Mental diet is, instead of working out, you're balancing 3D action, things that you can use, like even working out can work for that too, or your hobbies or your passions, things like that are stuff in the 3D world that you can do to keep your mind sane while manifesting something and push through it. And then the mental diet is watching your thoughts that come through your head all day. It's easier said than done, talk about, oh yeah, it's just watch your thoughts. But it's taking negative thoughts, flipping them on their head, finding out what's a limiting belief, sitting down, analyzing your thoughts. Oh, is that a limiting belief? Shit, I guess I really don't believe that's possible. Why don't I believe that's possible? What would make it possible? And like I said before, or not before, but I wrote it down here, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about it in other videos. But, find somebody who has done what you want to do and use them as a catalyst for inspiration. Yeah, most people want to manifest their SP or their X-Pac or whatever. They watch me and they're like, oh, wow, he did it, so I can do it too. And he got all the answers. I got the answers for what worked for me. I've got answers for what worked for other people because they believed that the methods I'm using work. Again, manifesting has no rules, right? Everything works if you believe it works. So, again, the mental diet is watching your thoughts closely all day, every day. And, not burning your carpet with a cigar. It's another thing you don't want to do. But you're the guardian of your own mind, right? You want to use analogies and stuff from every mythology has it. Even in the Bible, they have it like the Saint Michael and stuff like that. I believe that's the angel that guards heaven, right? So it's like heaven is your own mind, but your mind can also be hell. Think about the people who are going through hell in their mind all day. They're reliving the past. The past just eats away at them. And like I said, every day you're the guardian of your own mind. There's stuff from my past that bothers me too. I know I got to sit there take a little bit of time out of my day when it does pop up in my head, and I have to flip those thoughts. I have to find the positive in it. Okay, look at where my life wound up now. Like, these are the mental games. You start playing mental games. Like, okay, here's the circumstances. How do those circumstances work out in your favor? When I say everything's working out in your favor, it is a positive line, and it is a true fact, and it is something I have experienced. So what you want to do is find out, why is a certain thing working out in your favor? That's the mental game. This happened. It's working out in my favor. How is it working out in my favor? You tell the story, because you could very easily say, this isn't working out in my favor because blah, 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 blah. This has always happened. It will always happen like that. And logically, this is what happens. Okay, you can tell yourself a story like that. And it's very easy to tell yourself that story. The harder story is to tell yourself, this is not what I want, but it's working out in my favor because of this and this and this. Oh, but wouldn't it be wonderful if that happened? But if that did happen, this is how I would feel, and this would be like this, and you're going through everything in that particular way. That's one mental game you could play. Another one is inner conversations. We have inner arguments so easy. I mean, ask your soap bottles in the shower. They know all about your inner arguments. They heard how you're the best inter argumenter there is. So you want to sit down and have inner conversations, a loving inner conversation about stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to follow my notes. I kind of put out some notes today. I see Courtney in there. She would be proud. Let me jump over to the chat real quick, and then I'll get back to the somewhat of a lecture. Funny, I started a notebook the other day, and I was writing a few sentences at the end of the day where my awareness was mainly the day, refraining from them before I slept. Need to be seems to be helping. Not be double-minded. Yeah, exactly. That was one of the things I would do. I would be sitting there. That's another game you could play too. Is like, when you do script, it's a game that you're playing. You're only remembering at the end of the night all the positives that have happened to you. Then you're taking the negatives and saying, what would happen if the opposite happened? It doesn't always have to be the opposite, but what if something you preferred happened in that time slot? Because your brain knows something happened then. It's trying to recall the day. You tell it what happened. There you go, Courtney. Super messed up days working out in your favor. It always is. Tell me how it's working out in your favor. Write it out. That's what you do. Started to see small reflections of things I have been saying, playing out. There you go, Josh. See, it starts with small, and the more you pay it, whatever you seek, you will find. So paying attention to the little things creates more of a path for that to come up. And like, no matter if it's in a person, an opportunity, or whatever. I was at the gym today, and I really didn't feel like going. And a truck drove by. I was doing the Stairmaster, and I was like, maybe I'll get off in 30 minutes. Maybe I'll stay for 45. I think I did an hour on that. But I saw a truck that drove by. It was like, I don't know what it was advertising, but it said, keep pushing. I'm like, God damn it. All right, I'll keep pushing. And it's like almost like you start noticing little things like that. Use that as a mind game. It's like, that's all the, well, that's God cheering me on, right? Or that's whatever you want to believe. That's my guardian angel. That's my higher self, whatever, telling me what to do. Whatever you want to believe, like, you're using it. You're the one writing the rules. Again, going back to the mental diet, it's what works for you. Everybody's personal physical diet is different to them. Some people, they eat one meal a day and they're shredded as hell. Another person, they eat one meal a day and they both eat one big meal a day. But the person who doesn't have the right activity and it doesn't work for their body, they're fat as hell. The other person is jacked and shredded. So, it's the same thing with mental diets, finding what works for you. All these methods work. It's about finding the right ones to equip yourself with. The ghost is knocking on the door. All right, we're going to go back to a little bit of the lecture now, somewhat of a lecture. I was thinking, try to stay organized with these. But yeah, so like somebody brought up to me, when you want to quit. And it's like, when you want to quit and you're wondering, hey, am I doing the right thing? Am I fucking this up? Well, what does Nick say? You can't fuck this up, right? But it's like, man, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I'm not seeing movement. There's no sign of this. There's no sign of that. There's still stuff I want that hasn't shown a sign, but I see signs like, what was the one we had in the success of the group chat? It was Rachel. You found cash, and you put that in the Discord, and that's something we were just talking about. Just casually discussing about finding cash, and it was a manifestation I had, but you had no resistance to it. So just visualizing, talking about it, boom, there it is. Manifestation is instant. Remember, like even today, I had an instant manifestation. I was thinking about, I wanted to have dinner with my mom, or invite her over to have leftover sushi that me and Lily went out for the other day, because I had a whole bunch left over. I was going to invite her over because I know she likes sushi as well. As I was thinking that, a text message popped up, and I haven't talked to my mom in like a day or two or whatever. And a text message popped up, hey, if you stop by my house today, I got extra sushi over there for you. And it's like, what are the odds that we both went for sushi? We both have it sitting in the house, and we both wanted to share it with each other. Within seconds of me thinking it, she does that. Now I know you can make the argument, oh, that's just mother and son have that telepathy or whatever. But no, that's all people. That's everyone is connected. Everyone is you pushed out. So when you want to quit, you realize like, hey, my mom doesn't have a resistance text to me, but maybe it's like your SP or whatever might have a little something. Doesn't mean that they don't feel it. You saw my SP come on here and tell you that, hey, I felt something. I was thinking about him. So always with these cigars. There you go. That's awesome, Courtney. So already a success story right there. First day back to trading, coming in with a positive mental attitude, and you get invited to be a part of a high-level trading or investing team. So when you want to quit, draw on stories. And like I remember this one thing. It was one of the motivational videos I always used to listen to, where Greg Plitz, like he goes, find people who are successful and draw off their success, draw inspiration from their story. And he would tell the story about Thomas Edison. Now I know Thomas Edison's a fucking jerk off and stuff like that, fucking with Nikola Tesla, but he's got where it's like he couldn't read, he couldn't write, he couldn't do all these things in school, but somehow he wound up becoming a very successful inventor, man. Maybe he was just snagging people's patents, but you know what? Either way, he went out and he achieved, like in the Big Lebowski. He went out and he achieved anyway. So the point is, you could draw inspiration from that story. In terms of me, people look to me and it's like, oh, I could be inspired by Nick's story. Right. Yeah, you could be inspired. What you shouldn't be doing is going to the channel and being like, I don't know, is this possible? I'm going to tell you, yeah, because it worked for me. It's worked for people I've worked with. Okay, cool. Why would it not work for you? In my opinion, it's going to work for you. But if you're the only one who has any say at the end of the day is you. Do you have are you making the call? Yeah, it's going to be you making that call that this is real, this is not real. Okay, cool. I'm not going to sit there and argue with you if manifesting is real or not. It works for me in my life, so I'm living that lifestyle. You don't have to. You could let life happen to you, or you could let it happen for you. I choose to let it happen for me, but everybody's got their own preference. I'm not going to sit here and debate, hey, this is how it should be. But when you're ready to quit, you draw inspiration from, hey, Nick did it. What's the one other chick? I saw her channel earlier today, but she's been around for a while too. Like that chick Corey T, she did it. Hey, Elmer did it. Was it Naya did it? Who else? I'm trying to. Tone did it. All these other YouTubers, like, okay, they did it. I did it. Their clients did it. My clients did it. Why would it not be you? So draw inspiration from those stories. Why can't it be you? Ask yourself that. Most people are like, that's for other people. That's your self-concept is so low, you don't even believe that this, that the universe and God is working out in your favor. You can't even believe that. That's how low you feel, that not even God has your back. So you need to lift yourself up and say, you know what? God's got my back. Everything's working out in my favor, because whatever I desire desires me, and the world and life is happening for me, not to me. I am not a victim of life. I'm a victor of life. Like that one? I'm using some corny lines, but they're true. Because it's getting kind of late and it's cold, I'm going to have cold coffee. It's not it. Happy New Year's to you too, Sally. Good to see you. I haven't seen you. Well, I probably seen you a couple weeks ago. You have a great feeling about 2025? So do I. Actually, today it's like, I wrote out all my actual 3D goals. Something else I want to do today is actually write out all my manifestations for the year. And then it would be something like put them on a piece of paper, put them in the back of the notebook or whatever. And I don't want to look at it until December or January of next year. because you're going to trust that they're going to unfold. And it's like when the big ones happen, you'll know they happen. It's like, oh shit, because you're going to remember it. It will pop up. That's how it works when you do those, especially even the mini manifestations. But everything size is relative, right? Another thing I always get too is like, am I manifesting correctly? Do you think you're doing something wrong? If you think you're doing something wrong, then there's something wrong. Now you got to get more specific. Just like you have to be specific about what you want, you got to be specific about what you're doing wrong. You can tell, usually when people tell me, I think I might be doing something wrong, they'll rattle off the thing that they know that they're doing wrong. They'll beat around the bush like, I don't know, maybe it's because I don't fully believe and I don't actually apply the methods and things like that, and I don't actually believe it. Okay, you just said what the problem was. Like I said, you don't have to believe the shit. It's like, I didn't really fully believe it, but I thought, what other choice do I have? And in terms of a mental diet, people get afraid when I say this. Like I say like, pretend manifesting isn't real. And then people, oh, wait, hold on. It's like the thing from the Punisher. Hold on, no, wait. Bear with me. I say manifesting isn't real, right? There's nothing's gonna happen, right? Just pretend. Okay. You choosing to feel good or choosing to feel bad. That choice is always in your hands. Let's say, like the viewers went down when I said that too. Like they didn't listen to me. What's it called? Say it's not real, right? And then it's like, okay, I get to choose if I feel good or bad. If this story, fake or real, or believe it or I don't believe it, whether it's whatever, if it makes me feel good to think a certain way, why would I not continuously keep choosing that? Even if in my mind, I don't think SP's ever coming back, but it feels good to think that, and I'm still going about my daily life and enjoying my life and living my life. To me, you're a winner. To me, you're succeeding. To me, what I've experienced and what other people I've worked with have experienced and what I've seen other people experience is that's right before it comes in. But then they start looking around. Is it today? Is it today? Is it today? Okay, it's been 3 days. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, what the fuck? This is all fake. I'm going to go back to thinking negative. It's easy to think negative. Push yourself out of that. This is your mental diet. It's easy to eat like shit, and it's easy to think like shit. So what are you going to do? The choice is yours. You could choose, I'm going to eat cookies and blah, blah, blah all day, and I'm going to think negative and have inner conversations that are negative, and I'm going to have inner arguments, and I'm going to be afraid of everything, and I'm going to wonder about all the ways this won't work out, and I'm going to remember all the horrible memories. Okay, cool. You're either going to have that bad mental diet, or you're going to choose the lean, healthy, protein-filled meals, aka happy, positive thoughts, and you're going to choose those, and you're going to go from thinking in that direction. Oh, I feel good today. Why? Because my SP is here with me right now. I have all the money in the world that I need. My needs are always met. I feel good about myself. I love my body. I love my life, blah, blah, blah. You could choose every day to do that. Now, that might be a little bit more uncomfortable, and you have to be a little more conscious of it, just like, hey, you're going to work, and it's like, I'm running a little bit late. I'll just go grab a donut, right? It's quick, it's fast, whatever. No. It's like when I dieted for the show, I had to do this. It's like, really, I'm going to, if I can't find a healthy alternative, I'm going to remove attention from wanting to eat because I'm just going to fast then. So you're going to fast yourself from these negative thoughts. If you can't replace them with a positive thought, if you can't flip the story, then you're going to starve yourself of that thought by just removing attention from it. Whether it be, even if you have to use some 3D tools like video games, getting lost on positive things on social media, like watching some positive videos of stuff that you like, either whether it's like a vlogger, a workout person, a manifesting coach or whatever. You got to be careful with that because then sometimes you start thinking, oh, well, why am I watching? Oh, because I don't have this. But find something to preoccupy your mind. Text a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Talk to a family member in a while. Make some plans. Go see somebody. Start thinking about how you can improve at work, how you could start for a better career, whatever. Like you start planning something else. You keep your mind busy. Oh, really? Yeah, Rachel, I didn't know that. I don't keep up with that channel. I know that was one of the only people that I know that's like, hey, that's a story that's was motivational. But I think even in that too, all relationships are going to go through stuff. Just because you manifest it, it's like sometimes you need those problems to arise. And if someone's just not looking at it in a way that's positive, problems are opportunities. That's how I look at it. Mishaps and misfirings and manifesting are opportunities to become a better manifester. They're opportunities to open up better doors, to open up things that you never thought you would have had. But sometimes it's the ugliest thing first. And I had to see that firsthand. Like whether it came from my fitness journey, I went through the ugliest thing I think I could have gone on in my fitness journey, which was losing a muscle. Like that's fucking horrible. It's horrendous. Like why would I could never step on stage, but I did it anyway, and nobody noticed. Um, Worrying about the specific person and stuff like that. I went through every circumstance other than long distance, and it's like that still worked out. In terms of money, it's like I was traveling a lot. I was doing a bunch of stuff, and I've always been good with money, and because I was always like strict on it. But I said if I spend any other way than this, I'm gonna get myself all racked up in debt. I built up these credit cards. Now they'll be done relatively soon. Like it's all of them are gone except for one, and it's almost done. And that was something I was manifesting. I said it would be done by Christmas, but it's almost completely gone when Christmas came. So I didn't sit there and go like, oh my God. Like I can still see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like you say, oh, I want my SP, but then they come back and then maybe you're in the friend zone, which sucks balls. I've been there. Or they're there, but it's like a friends with benefits. And it's like, no, I want this relationship. I've been there. And it's like, you're stuck in that little in-between zone, but it's like, look where you were before and look where you are now. Before it's like, oh, I wanted to get rid of all this debt and I wanted to have more money come in. Boom, that happened. But it's not completely gone. Just like, oh, SP is not completely here yet. Okay, that's fine. Take the positive to it. So that's what I'm saying. That's your mental diet. The way you see things is how they are. So it's like, what do I always say? Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. That's a true fact. It's like you could look at things as a negative, or you could look at them as a positive. That's the cliche line: the glass is always half full, or it's always half empty. If you always look at the glass as half full, you're going to keep finding good things in life. But if you keep trying to find those negative stories, you're going to find more of it, and you're going to experience more of it, and you're going to have to fight with it. You're going to fight with it in the 3D. You're going to fight with it mentally. And, you rather deal with it mentally before it projects out into the reality. And if it does, okay, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, because maybe that needs to happen. Maybe that is part of the bridge of events. What's up, Sivan? How you doing, brother? Little mixer. How long did it take fully? It's like I would always get the manifestation right between 2 weeks and 10 weeks. But then it's like, obviously, you're in the relationship. You kind of have the stuff that you want. But then you start thinking negative. Like I said, manifestation is instant, right? I think sushi and my mom at the same time, hey, we're going to go for sushi together, or I'm going to invite her over to have the leftover sushi. And then all of a sudden she texts me that she has leftover sushi and come over to her house. Like quick, instant, like everyone's you pushed out, everyone's connected, right? Manifestation is that instant. But when you're letting, like I said, mental diet, you're guarding your mind all the time. So I start remembering bad things, like me and SP. Okay, good. We get the relationship. Everything's good. I start thinking negative. I start remembering bad things. I start dwelling in the past. I start dwelling and looking for the negatives. The relationship's going to start going down, 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 down. And then I'm like, and then she'll do one thing that I see as nice, and it's like I start focusing on that. But it's not her doing this to make me feel that. It's always what's happening here projected out there. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing something I don't like. Now, do I take it and I internalize it and build on that? I could. I have. I've done it. And what kind of results do I get? I get results that are similar to what I observed and I ingrained in myself. Or do I look for positive and then start building off that? Again, both of those scenarios, you're looking for something in the 3D, which really you're seeing it in here in your own mind. You're seeing what you want to have. You're feeling what you want to have. And then you get a little sneak peek maybe. Maybe you don't even see the whole thing. You see a little bit in the 3D. Okay, now I'm focused on that. I'm focused on that. I'm focused on that. Oh, here's more of it. Here's more of that. Here's more of that. And if you build off that. So long story short, how long did it fully take? If we've been together, or if I've known her 3 years and 8 months, 2 and change, probably would be the whole journey. because what is my whole thing? You can't fuck this up. But it was a lot of quote unquote fucking up, like focus on this, focus on that. Okay, there, but things are good. And it's like, and you could go back and they could ask her feelings at certain points in the relationship. When I'm feeling good, she's falling in love. When I'm feeling like shit, she's wanting to leave. And it, even whether I projected anything out or not, it was my thoughts and then her responding that way. We're broken up and I'm feeling like I don't like you anymore. She's staying away. I'm thinking about, I really miss her. I would love to be with her. Like, I hope that she feels the same way. You know what? She does feel the same way. What I desire desires me, blah, 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 going back and forth with those thoughts. Sure enough, I'm getting the text message. We're running into each other in crazy circumstances. A mutual friend is setting us up. I'm feeling compelled to reach out, and then I'm getting a response, but not me reaching out to do something. So, yeah. That's good, Courtney. Crocheting and doing robotic affirming. It's like doing something, not to say it's mind numbing, but it's something that's kind of like repetitive. Just like when you're doing cardio, when I do cardio, it's like, it's not that it's an easy task, but it's kind of repetitive, and you could, do your affirmations then. And Rohan, nice to see you. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before, but welcome in. How do you fix insecurities? And that's, again, it's going to fall under mental diet and stuff like that. But you'll fix your insecurities by doing things that build confidence. For me, I've always liked working out. But another thing I like to do is, make short films and make stuff that's artistic, or I like to write. So it's like I write something and it's like I feel like a better writer, whether I publish it out or I show it to people or anybody experiences it. I feel really good and accomplished because I did that. Even something, it might sound stupid, Rohan, but it's like, oh, I'm going to clean my house. I'm coming home to a clean environment. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling clean. It's not like, all right, yeah, I'm feeling like a loser. Of course, my house is a mess. Of course, this is shit. Of course, everything is shit. Everything I touch is horrible. So instead, you're doing little things, little victories build up that self-confidence. And it's one of those things, like I said, be very precise on what you want in life. Okay, you know what you want. Then once you know what you want, you could kind of see what you don't want. And it's like, then you start looking for your insecurities, identify them. It's like I said, you're in a fight, but it's like Batman. When Bane turns off the lights and Batman can't see him, and Bane knows the dark. Your fears and insecurities, they know the dark, and they'll whoop your ass in the dark if you can't identify them. First thing is, you got to see and identify what your enemies are, aka your insecurities. Okay, that's an insecurity right there. I don't like the way I look. Okay, how do I change that? I'm going to go to the gym more. I'm insecure because, people made fun of the way I dressed and stuff. People used to make fun of my shoes all the time because I wore gym shoes everywhere. I like to be comfortable. I like to wear sweatpants. Now, I'm in a tracksuit right now. I always wear a tracksuit. Not always. I like to wear suits. I like to wear tracksuits. I like to be comfortable. It depends. But I don't have a set style. I wear whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, and whenever people want to say anything, it does not affect me. But it was like me taking the initiative to, this is what I like. I'm going to do it. I have the balls to go out and do what I want to do. And it's like, attempt something new. I mean, when I posted, when I made an audition tape online and put it out there to play Tony Soprano in The Many Saints of Newark, it was one of my first viral videos on my channel. And it not viral, but it was like 15, 16,000 views. They ripped my ass to shreds. Like, they destroyed me. So it was like, they were like, oh, this guy's a fucking piece of shit. Fuck this guy, blah, blah, blah. Everybody hated me for it. And I was, that show meant a lot to me. It was something that I bonded with my dad over. It was like something, hey, I thought I actually had a chance here. My buddy hyped me up for it. My comedy channel finally had some recognition. But guess what? You might look at that as a failure. To me, it was like, I looked at it as a failure for a long time. And then I'm like, you know what? I learned how to deal with that. So when I finally, made this channel, people fucking with me didn't really bother me. And it's like, wow, my self-concept went up from a failure, because a failure is not a failure. It's an attempt. And that's a line from David Goggins, and it's very true. You don't fail, you attempt something. It's how many attempts you put into it. You're not failing a bunch of times. You're attempting things, and you're learning from them. And exactly, Stephen, like you said, you're not triggered because you've been working on self-concept. Same thing with me. It's like things won't trigger me as bad because, and am I going to say I'm never going to get triggered by stuff? Am I going to say things don't piss me off at times? 100% they do. I'm a human being. That's what people are like, oh no, I reacted. I had some feelings. No, you're not a robot. You're going to feel something. You're going to get angry. You're going to get upset. You're going to get heartbroken. That's life. You're a human being. But if you didn't have heartbreak and you didn't have pain and you didn't have suffering and you didn't have disappointment and you didn't have quote unquote failure, You don't know what success is. You don't know what happiness is. You don't know what love is because you need to experience the opposite because everything is two different points in space, right? How do I know I got from here to here? The space in between. I know because there's all the space in between it now. Okay, this is what heartbreak felt like. So obviously, the further away I am from that, must be what love is, right? So again, you're not going to get triggered by stuff like that. Little Mixer, that's again up to you. That's your own morality on the situation. Um, sometimes it's like, well, what's the difference? I mean, my SP left for somebody else too, and I still wanted the manifestor back, and I did. Which for that to happen, there had to be a breakup. I made peace with that. You got to ask yourself: is it a morality issue, or is it the fact you don't think it can be done? But I won't tell you what to do or what not to do. That's your own choice. And then again, I wrote this little note down, but about manifesting rules. It's like it's a game. Life is a game. Florence Scovel Shinn called it the game of life, and it's how do you make the rules? If you make the rules of life, how do you make them fun? How do you make life fun? Okay, let's see. How do I make life fun? This is something bothering me, but what if it didn't bother me? What if this could have worked out better than I could have imagined? Oh, now I'm playing around with that thought. That's a nice thought. I like playing with that thought. I'm gonna keep thinking about that thought. But then another thought's gonna pop in your head because, oh, you're fantasizing all this life with UNSP, and it's like, oh, if we're gonna be traveling a lot, I need to be making more money. Well, I'll probably do a business like this. Wow, that's how it is to have a gym. Oh my god! Look, oh wow, I have a gym now. Wow. But if I ran a gym, I would be, it would look like this, and I would have this paint job, and these are the machines I would put there. And you know what? I would probably hire my friend. He was my manager at my first gym. This is actual thoughts I get lost in. Yeah, I would hire him because he would know how to run the place. When I can't be there, he could run it. I know I would pay him good too. And I think about me and him going out for drinks, and I haven't seen him in years. Oh wow, we're having a good time together. And you know what? I'm happy that he's getting married to his SP now. Okay, that's cool. I'm happy that they're together. And then I'm getting lost in more. Well, it's like, oh, we used to hang out with this other guy. Man, all three of us hanging out again, just like the old days. This is how that is the positive mental diet. That is an example of it. When you could think, oh, we're broken up and I feel like shit. What if we're together? Like I said, it's just all trades now. What if we're together? Okay, we're together now. What kind of life are we going to live? We're going to do this, 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 and this. Okay, cool. We're going to be in my house or her house. We're going to get a different house together. Oh, okay, cool. This is what our house looks like. Oh, you know what? When we do that, I got to learn to fix things. Well, I already know how to fix a lot of things from work. Maybe I'll Google some YouTube tutorials on how to do this and this and this. Or maybe I'll go on Redfin and I'll find some, or Zillow or whatever, and I'll find some houses that I want to see us live in. Oh, okay, cool. That's good. And then, like I said, we need more money. Oh, we want to travel. We're going to do this trip, this, boom, 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 boom. I always wanted to own a business too. Like I said, you just get lost like that. But really, if you're focused on the negative, it's like, we're not together. I wonder what her and SP are doing. Yeah, me and her used to do this. I bet they're doing that together. Fucking asshole. Fucking hate this person. And how dare they do this to me? I don't know if I'm ever going to forgive them. And it's like, and you're struggling like that, but that person's not living their life because you're writing that story. So the only person that changes you and your thoughts. And it sucks. But it's either your greatest tool or your greatest enemy. Your mind is your greatest tool or your greatest enemy. You have to know how to control it. At the end of the day, that's what you're doing, is you're controlling your mind. Little Mixer, like I said, that's up to you. You make the decision on what you want. So, perfect. I guess you did get the message through. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's your choice. I don't tell people what to manifest. I give you the tips and tools and tricks that I've used. You tell me your desire, I will tell you how to get it. And that's the same thing as Neville and everybody in the past. So it's all about controlling your mind. And like I said, become a writer of your story. Just kind of like, who was it? Was it Courtney saying it earlier? About writing down at the end of the day. But I know that's what I talk about. The reason this live is so late is I was waiting for my friend. This is something I've been working on for a while now, to get us together where we could do a live stream together. It's always, I have an assumption that he's always busy, and I base that off the fact that he always tells me he's always busy. Today is a rare day where we're both off the same day. I'm up at 5:30 in the morning. He's up at 7 or 8. I got my workout done early in the morning. We're like, we should have been able to happen today, but I kept thinking all day. I'm like, I bet it's not gonna happen. Then his little, not little, but his side business picks up, and he's got to go run and make some deliveries for these products he's selling. He's doing like this drop shipping stuff. So it's like, okay, now he's got to go deliver shit. And luckily, we were talking about it. He's like, I'm going to sell all these things. Boom, he sold them all in one day. So he sells all the items he was going to sell, which is pretty impressive too. It's like he sells all these items real quick. Then he's got to go take care of his baby and stuff like that. But I want him to tell his manifesting story about him and his SP. Like, that was a crazy story. I witnessed that before I knew about manifesting a specific person. So I thought that was amazing. And, one of these days he will share the story, because no matter what, if I don't get him on a live, we're going to do it in a video. And like I said, too, again, you're going to war with your mind. Your mind is a ruthless enemy at times, or your greatest ally. You're the one who puts the leader of that nation of your mind in charge. You're either putting an evil dictator in charge, or you're putting the greatest president or king in charge of it, that's going to rule justly and rule in your favor always. You're the one who decides who's in charge of your mind, because that's either your best friend or your worst enemy. It creates on your behalf, and it only takes orders off you. Watch your thoughts, know your thoughts, and you'll know what your reality is going to be. If I can fucking not stutter. And I put like this little example too. I made a little chart on here. Fears, take them, break them down. Why is that fear so scary? Oh, this scares me because of this. Like, okay, here, let me take everyone's greatest fear. SP has a third party. Okay. How many people got rid of the third parties through manifestation and just sitting and believing that it was going to fall apart, and it will fall apart relatively quickly, and they're going to choose you? Give me the amount of stories that's been successful. Build strength off them. Okay, that's the worst case. I don't know if I could ever forgive them. Why can't you forgive them? Who's bearing the guilt if you don't forgive them? You're bearing it. Whether you choose to be with them or not, that's up to you. But you're the one who bears the guilt. Remove the guilt from yourself. Remove the guilt, remove the fear, remove the anxiety. Because what's another fear? Fear of failure. Well, you're not. If you look at it as, I'm not failing, I'm trying. It's like, oh, okay, well, I learned something that's not the right way to do this. I should try it like this. Oh, maybe that wasn't it either. There we go. But to say, it took 5 or 6 times for me to understand this whole thing. And there's still stuff I learn about it. Like, every life is learning. If you're not learning, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. So every day you're going to learn something new. Everything's an opportunity. So there shouldn't be fears. Even in the ugly, quote unquote, failures or missed attempts or tries, there's an opportunity to grow there. And you got to find it. Your limiting beliefs, you turn them into limitless beliefs. And like I said, again, you find somebody who's inspirational, somebody whose story inspires you and gets you fired up and charged up. It's like, today I'm feeling down. Okay, go watch a video that makes you feel fired up. Write down a story that someone else was successful. Write down what your success story looks like before it happens and read it. Carry it with you. You feel bad? Go read that story. You're having inner arguments. Why? What do you gain from the inner argument? You feel good in the moment, but then the rest of the day you're sitting there feeling salty and destroyed and heartbroken because you wanted to feel good for a little bit to check that person mentally. But you have a nice inner conversation with them. If you truly love them and you truly love them unconditionally, you're going to sit there and you don't need the 3D. You need your mind. You have that conversation in your mind. You have it lovingly and you enjoy life like that. You trade anger for love. You're angry. Same thing as not forgiving. Same thing as holding inner arguments. You're poisoning yourself, hoping the situation changes. You're poisoning your mind mentally. But instead of love, if you love them and you love yourself and you love your friends and you love your family and you love everybody, you're not going to feel like shit, because you can't, because you love everybody, because everyone's just an aspect of you. You look hard enough into your SP, you might never have seen an uglier person, an eviler person than that person. Put yourself in a certain set of circumstances, you might not be any different. I had to go through some stuff to understand my SP, because it was like, shit, I had to become you to love you even more, because I had to understand who she was. by going through a similar circumstance myself. But then that circumstance may have been looked at as, to other people, a failure. But that circumstance may have been looked at as, hey, that's a really cool success. Depends on how you look at it, who you are. But the circumstance taught me a lesson. And that's what they're meant to do, teach you a lesson. The bridge of events shows you a lesson or shows you a way. Maybe you go through this hard stuff so one day you could help someone else. I've built so much inspiration off that story about my friend who should have passed away from an overdose when he was younger. I built so much motivation off this because he learned one lesson that he passed down to me. I'm sure he's learned many lessons over his life, but the one lesson he passed down to me, he said, maybe one day I lived this long because I was supposed to help somebody, and maybe that was just my whole purpose. Well, he helped me more than he ever knows, and I know I've given him credit, but I don't think he ever knows the weight of how much he helped me. So maybe he survived that day just to pass that knowledge on to me, just so that I could survive this long to pass the knowledge on to you guys. And it was just a little technique, a breathing technique that helped me get over panic attacks, and I've given it to clients and it's helped them. So, I mean, look at things that way. And then again, this last little part of it is turn resentment into forgiveness. You're giving me the pep talk I need, hey, that's why I'm here, right? Try CBT. Little mixer enlightened me. CBT. What am I? Why am I having a brain fart on what that is? I don't know. I'm having a big brain fart on that. Exactly, Sivan. You're not worrying to get an apology. Oh, cognitive behavior therapy. Okay. Yeah, you don't need that. You don't need that. What do you call it? The apology. What does the apology give you? It feeds your ego. But what if you gave yourself the apology? What if an action speaks louder than words? Hey, you're in this relationship that you wanted so bad, but they came back and they didn't apologize. Is it all worthless? Oh, you said it's not wrong to manifest. I mean, it's up to you. But to me, it's like there were times where I wanted it, and when I didn't expect it, I got it. It was like, oh shit, I didn't expect that to actually, didn't expect this person to not be prideful and actually apologize and own up to something that was wrong. But then when it happens, it's like, oh, that's nice, but I wasn't looking for it. Because if you have something, you don't need it. You're not looking for it. See, that's the contradiction to how the mind works, to how prayer works, to all this stuff works. Whatever you believe you have received already, you're not looking for it. You're not looking for an apology because you already experienced it. And sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. But if you're going to the end, why do they need to apologize for something that happened and is done and gone already, and you've let that past go? Oh, she did apologize to you, Sivan. That's awesome. Let me go through this real quick and make sure I covered all the points I wanted to cover today as well. And then if you guys have questions too, we're in the last 15 minutes or so. So drop the questions and stuff. Oh, when your self-concept was up, that she did apologize then. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I kind of shot through all my points real quick. So if you guys got questions or video topics and stuff you want to see me cover, I'm thinking to try and post a video every 2 days or something like that. I'm trying to be a little bit more realistic with it. I kind of got this little schedule here too, if you guys want to check. Oh, by the way, too, another announcement. The end of the year sales stuff is over for 2024. So if you guys want coaching, the prices went back up to what they were. But like I always say, you don't need coaching. It's up to you. And I'm not a very good salesman. Look, I could cross off Mystic Live. We did that right now. But yeah, some of the stuff I got going on is, you know what? I just realized. There's the story. I'm supposed to go to a Hawks game with my friend this week. So we're going to try and get that video recorded. But tomorrow and Thursday, I'll share it on this channel in case anyone's interested. But I'm gonna start trying to do some video game streaming. It's not anything big, just something I'm interested in. And if you guys want to see more of me, that's what I'm doing. Thursday, if you're part of the exclusive Discord, whether you've been a client in the past or you want to just subscribe and just be a part of the Discord community, we got a really nice community. If I'm not there responding, somebody's there picking you up. We're all in this together type stuff. We'll have a live on Thursday there. And I did try to make up for the one we missed last week, but some circumstances fucked me up. But that's all right, because that means we'll just have a better one this week. But for sure, Thursday, we're going to have a live. And then I'm going to start picking up these vlogs and stuff and like kind of doing that on the Muscular Mystic channel. So I got the Muscular Mystic, Flex Entertainment, or here if you guys want to see more of me. But that's why I'm kind of keeping my 2025 very busy with stuff. You know, no attachments to what any of it means or anything like that. You know, I want to grow this channel more. We like to get, you know, to make it where it's like bigger than it is. I like our small community, but at the same time, just as a goal for myself, be like, let's visualize this channel growing. You watch the number going up, because it's crazy, because when I assume I'm going to check the YouTube Creator Studio, I'm like, there'll be more subscribers today. Boom, more subscribers. I'm picturing there's going to be less today. There's less today. I'm like, this video is going to do really well. The video does really well. But sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I feel like the algorithm's going to fuck it up. Why? It's just random thoughts pop in my head. So those are kind of my mini manifestations and stuff like that. I'm going to get to this message real quick. There's the SP goodnight message. So I had to say goodbye. Goodbye. Good night. I do got my vlog with her, but it's harder to do it alone. I kind of need her to do that, but I got to teach her some editing stuff. She knows how to edit decent, but show her like a little bit. Both kind of got to learn the vlog style a little bit. But it's hard when we only see each other like twice a week, really, with our schedules. Yeah, Little Mixer, that's what I wound up preferring too. Is, you know, at first I was like, I need an apology. Then I realized it's like, that's the changed behavior is better. The cigar is good, brother. I have this was my last Monte Cristo. They're ones I like to use for celebrating. So I was actually planning to do it on New Year's Day, but I didn't get a chance to get on here. But I bought some other ones for the rest of the lives this month, and one for when I go live with Race Car Randall. Can you do a video on how to stop focusing on time or waiting? Yes, I could do a video on that as well. Let me write it down. I try to make my videos where they're not like other coaches, because not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like they make the same video. How do they get them to come back? And you just said the same thing you said 2 days ago. You said the same thing I said months ago. The advice doesn't change. So when people go there looking, it's like you're looking for the same thing, you're getting the same answer, and that's insanity. And I know we're looking at things that are not of this world, right? We're kind of looking for like the delusional stuff. But no, the real insane delusion is like, how do I manifest? Watch a video. How do you manifest? Okay, there's the answer. Okay, I'm not going to apply this at all, and I will be back tomorrow when you tell me my SP will be back in 3 days. Okay, good night. And then I'm going to, oh, by the way, I'm going to go watch a bunch of other videos telling me the same thing. Okay, I believe. All right, I'm going to fall asleep depressed. Okay, I'm going to wake up. Hey, look it. I could get my SP back right now. Watch. And they all say the same thing, and they all are the same video with the same words. So when I do these videos, finish writing the note, waiting while manifesting. I try to make them unique, where it's like the parts you don't think about, because everyone will tell you, oh, go live in the end. How do you live in the end? What are the tips and tricks? What are the things that you're dealing with? So I try to always incorporate something new. And, you know, it's like, I think it was Gary said it one time. He's like, you could take any one of Nick's videos and they'll teach you how to manifest anything. And I appreciate the compliment, and I do want to say that that's true, where it's like, you know, I do kind of cover. That's why I think they're all like 10, 12, 20, 30 minutes long. I'm kind of covering every single thing in there that you need to know. You did, Nancy. It was supposed to be this morning, but circumstances, they weren't cooperating. But that's okay. The circumstances were me being lazy. I had to go and run some errands. I had to go back to the neighborhood and get some oil from my dad to put in the car so I could last till the next oil change because the guy couldn't schedule me, and try to fix my light and do a bunch of shit in the car. And then I had to go to the gym and then also be lazy. So I need a muscular mystic workout vlog. Talk about your routines. I'm keeping busy by learning more about bodybuilding for aesthetics. Oh, it's awesome, Josh. Yeah, I was thinking to start doing that too. I was like, I don't know how to do it. So I'm like, let me go back and watch some of Rich Piana's videos. I love how he used to do them, but I have to rewatch and kind of see a little bit how that workout style vlog goes in, but then also not just straight up copy him. Maybe go watch some of Greg Plitt's videos. Everybody likes that Sam Sulek guy. I don't know much about him, but maybe kind of see how he puts his stuff together and go from there. Thank you for always helping us. Take care, and have a good night. You as well, little mixer. You have a great night as well. Keep your head up. You got this. Hey, Drew, my guy, what's up? Yeah, I could start doing the muscular mystic stuff. I was actually supposed to record one today, but I went to the gym and I was just blasting it out, and I feel like a jerk off when I have my tripod. That's my own limiting belief. I feel like all these old dudes are going to start judging me, like, oh, he ain't real bodybuilder, even though I'm fat now. Back in the day, I used to lift all the weights back in the day. Now I just interrupt all the women's workouts and tell them about my kids and my family and about how they should come get a drink with me, or how I could correct their form and show them how to blow their back out like I did years ago. That's not watching everyone's you pushed out. That's assuming I'm getting judged by old dudes, in which case, why the fuck do you care? I just don't like other people feeling insecure if they get in the back of my videos. That's me being overly courteous, I guess. So like, oh, no, he's filming. I might look like an idiot, but I look like an idiot in plenty of other people's videos, so it's all right. I'm somebody who doesn't really worry about that's hard because of what I just said. I must say I don't worry about what other people think, but I do. See, that's the thing. You got to watch your limiting beliefs. Something I always try to catch myself with. But I think, Josh, I appreciate that idea. I'm going to definitely do that. Start that tomorrow, maybe. And it's going to be on a leg day. Damn, and it's 20 degrees. I might even bust out the shorts. I don't know yet. And I got to take a rest day on Wednesday, which kind of works out anyway, though, because of what I have to do. But yeah, one of the things I worry about is if I'm picking the right SP as my forever person. If it will actually work out, does anyone else deal with that? Yeah, Nancy, I've dealt with that before a lot of times too. I mean, especially in my situation. I want him to be my forever person. So yeah, if that's who you want, it's trusting that. But having that thought of what if he's the wrong one? It means you're kind of, leaning more towards he is the wrong one. And in which case, if you're doing that, for shits and giggles, write out the perfect SP. Watch that person come in. And if that person comes in, then you kind of make your decision off that. Because I had scripted perfect people and they have showed up. And in my heart, it kept pulling me back. Because then you have an option. Then you get to compare. Here's this perfect person I created out of thin air, which you just manifested them in. Or here's the one that I was trying to manifest before. So it's like just for shits and giggles, do that. I mean, and the perfect SP kind of comes in way faster because it's like you have no resistance to it. You don't need it because I'm so focused on this. I'm not paying attention. I just did this to distract myself. But because you don't resist it at the same time, it's mimicking the same thought pattern in your brain of, I already have it. It's already here. And it's easy as you're scripting it. I already know it's easy. I know it's going to show up right away as you're scripting it. I know this is going to, and not, then sometimes you get a little fear and you manifest well through fear or excitement. So you're manifesting through that fear of like, oh, no, if they come here first, I don't know, because then SP might show up at the same time. And it's funny because it usually happens they collide at the same time. Because then when you start hanging out with the new SP, that's got you're feeling what you would have felt when you were with the other SP, but now you're removing attention from that. So it's almost mimicking as if you have it, and then boom, they're in here too. And now you got to make the decision. The problem is the only time the original SP becomes the wrong one is when you go back and you start thinking, did I make the wrong decision? Is this the wrong person? I should have been with the other one. In that case, stay with the other one if you can't stop helping those thoughts. Difficult, but it's your own choice. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much anything. If you guys got any more, John, what's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome back. Okay, yeah, I'll take the story too. I mean, we've still got 5-10 minutes left, so let's take the story, Nancy. You can give your friend some advice. Well, glad to see you back, John. Hopefully everything's going good. No, not hopefully. I know everything's going good. Yeah, I'm looking very soprano tonight. I got the junior soprano look. Keep your voice down. You don't want anyone to hear. I just watched. Actually, my Max subscription ran out the other day because I canceled it. But the last episode I watched was the one where Uncle June's in the muff. What? What did you just say? Somebody gotta tell this guy to keep his mouth shut. She's married, but not in love anymore. She met a new SP, but she's afraid to leave her husband. See, that's a hard decision, but like I said, it's kind of like the advice I was giving Little Mixer earlier. It's your own personal choice. Like I said, I don't tell people what to manifest. I could give my take on it. She's afraid of leaving her husband, going with new SP, and it's not working out with the new SP. Now throwing everything away, even though she's not in love. It's it's a comfortable situation. Yeah, so I get it. She's risking everything, risk it for the biscuit, right? And she's gonna risk everything, but really her underlying in that case, if her true underlying thing is it's not gonna work out with the new SP, then it's probably better to stay with the original one because your true assumption is this is gonna fail. Unless she can fully convince herself that new SP is fully better and completely in love with her and will whisk her off her feet and wants to marry her right now or whatever she desires in that situation, it's kind of like stay where you are. But at the same time, does she love her husband enough where she's not going to go cheat on him, leave him, whatever for somebody else, and she's going to focus on him and like what's the best version of him? What was he like? Dropping memories in her life about, oh, when we got together, he was like this. I remember he was like this. Because there's a lot of stuff I missed about when, like, when me and Lily got together. And, like, now we're at the point, it's like, things have been good for over a year, but it's like, it becomes monotonous almost to where it's like, we get together, we do this, we eat bad on the weekends, we watch some movies, we do our business, we have our fun, but it's like, it becomes a routine. You lose the excitement, and you lose the passion, and then sometimes even Mystic Nick will be like, "Well, what's going on here? I miss when we used to be like this." So instead, people get tempted with ideas like that, where it's like, maybe I want somebody else. Do you love that person enough where it's like, maybe you're not in love with them anymore, but you have love for them? Do you love the original husband enough where you're going to remember the good times and see that version of him? What you seek, you find. Maybe one day he walks up and slaps her ass like she never had her ass slapped before, like back in when they first met or whatever. And all of a sudden he's overly sexual now or whatever she misses, whatever that new guy has that she wants. Maybe the husband starts acting like that. And she obviously feels more comfort there. And she made this commitment and she don't want to leave that. So, as a mini manifestation, starts picking out little things she'd like to see in her husband again. And then maybe those things take off. Or drop all the fears that things are not going to work out with new SP and then make the leap. And then if they do go sour, then learn to change that situation. Because really, you're not changing the husband or you're not changing the new SP, you're changing yourself. She is somebody filled with fear, guilt, and shame at this point because the shame of talking to someone else while married, the guilt of leaving a husband because you've lost the feelings, or the fear that the new person that you may or may not be in love with doesn't love you back. So she has a lot of emotions she needs to deal with first. When she can align herself and build her self-concept up enough where she knows exactly who she is and what she wants, then she'll be safe to make whatever move she wants. But really, her husband or the new SP cannot make her feel the way that she wants to feel. She needs to feel that. And I can't emphasize this enough. I've been finding even more stuff where it's like kind of like, I've noticed myself recently in like the past month or two, kind of like leaning more on SP. Come over more, come over more, come over, because I'm getting bored. What I'm doing is I do my live streams. I'm barely making videos for the channel. I do my workouts. So it's like once I go to work and my workout's done and I do my Monday live, I'm talking in the Discord and I'm doing the Discord stuff and I get my clients when I get my clients and I do those. And then the rest of my downtime, I'm not doing nothing. So it's almost in a way, you are not loving yourself enough. That's why I made this whole schedule. It's like video game streaming. Oh, that seems kind of cool. I'm going to try it. Another bodybuilding show. Okay, I picked out the ones I'm going to do. Now I know what I have to train, how I have to diet, when I'm going to do those. Okay, cool. That's something for me. That shows me love. Trying this new endeavor, that shows me love. Doing like a vlog like Josh said, that shows me love. So, and it's me doing something for myself, and I'm feeling the way. Yeah, it's not having sex or watching movies or cuddling or anything like that, but it's a new type of feeling, if that makes sense. But that comes from within me and my personal endeavors. Oh, see, Nancy, there. I mean, but that's a positive thing, though. If her husband was completely shitty before, and then he did a 360, and he's a completely nice guy, to the degree she is self persuaded, that's how he's going to be. That could be what she locks into. But if she believes that she can never love him again, and she doesn't feel that anymore, then like I said, it all falls down to what she wants. According to risk for I forgot I said that. I was like, am I really going to say this? But I had to say it. That's going on my dating profile. I don't even know where I heard that, but I knew I was going to say it right now too. Yeah, so we've reached the hour now. I think this was pretty good. If you guys have any questions or anything, we'll be live again next Monday, Thursday for sure. The Discord exclusive live will be happening, and I do owe another one this week, so I'm going to be doing that. We could just do it tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow, and then I'll do the live stream for and then I'll do that live stream tomorrow as well. So we'll have 2 Discord lives this week, Tuesday and Thursday. Then we'll figure them out for next week too, trying to get everyone who's in the Discord to be able to get some of that live streaming. We're going to be doing the group meditation, which will be the next one, so we're going to aim for that tomorrow. If you want coaching, the prices went back, but you could get the link in any of the videos or anywhere. Like, it's not hard to figure out where the coaching is. I got it everywhere. And then if you want to check out Flex Entertainment, Muscular Mystic, I'm on those 2 channels. Same thing on TikTok. Flex Lassiter on Instagram. That's about it. But I'll be posting more shit. I'll be around more. That's something I'm doing for me that I enjoy doing, and a way to connect with people. And I've been having a lot of fun meeting new people online. It started with this channel, but it's like, okay, I found a lot of people on this channel, they love working out. So, okay, make a workout channel. There's a Muscular Mystic, but has the manifesting undertone, just like this is manifesting with a workout undertone. Thank you, Nancy. And you have a great week too as well, John. Yeah, you could give her that advice and see what she says. Like I said, it's up to her, man. But with that, I love you guys very much. I will see you next Monday. If I see you in the Discord, welcome in. Well, I'll welcome you when you get there. And if I see you as a coaching client, can't wait to work with you. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. So love you guys. See you next week.